All right, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris have no interest, apparently, to fix the border crisis they themselves created. But the House Republicans, they are now determined to take action. A group of more than 60 GOP members, led by the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, they did visit the border today to see things for themselves. By the way, something Biden and Kamala Harris may want to do. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan was on that trip earlier today. He joins us now. So we have all these budgetary battles that are upcoming, and to me, there are two huge priorities that the Republicans, well, three actually, the Republicans need to take on. One is the border, because I believe it is a clear and present danger, especially with all the people coming from Iran, Syria, Afghanistan, Egypt, Russia, and China. The next issue I think is of great importance is getting the $34 trillion under control spending. And the third thing would be your investigation. Will those things happen this election year?
Yeah, I think they will, Sean, and you're right. You not only see the problem here, 8 out of 10 Americans know that the border situation is a crisis. They also, I think, understand the magnitude of it. That they think it's a crisis because it is. 300,000 last month, highest month on record, Sean. And the pace we're on under Joe Biden, his administration, the pace we're on, we will hit 12 million migrants coming into the country in 4 years. That is why we just got to stop. There should be the plan should be no more migrants come into the country unless there's some extenuating circumstances for an individual. No new migrants should be allowed in the country. One sentence, I think, will do it. And that sentence is do not spend American tax dollars to process or release into the country any new migrant. That's what we got to try to get on every single piece of legislation that we can and force Joe Biden to do the right thing.
So Joe Biden, we know since he's been president, by eliminating the policies of Donald Trump that were working, he allowed 8.3 million people now crossing that border, all pretty much unvetted, including some of very hostile regimes towards this country, some of our biggest geopolitical foes. Didn't Joe Biden take an oath to uphold the laws of our land, our Constitution? Every law is based on that document. If I were to, is a president now allowed to just pick and choose what laws they'll enforce? Is a president allowed to aid and abet in the law breaking by offering free transportation? Our governors are allowed to offer free health care, like is now being offered in states like California, forcing taxpayers to pay for people that entered the country illegally? Is that now our future?
No, you're exactly right. When Joe Biden took the oath of office on January 20th, 2021, he's supposed to then go enforce the law. Instead, what he did that very day, Sean, is he issued a number of executive orders and he changed policy. He said no more building the wall, no more remain in Mexico while we evaluate an asylum seeker's claim. And he also said once you come to the country, you will be released to wherever you want to go. All across our nation, people are going, and everyone understands it. That is why I think the American people know that this is deliberate. This is willful. This is purposeful. He did this. He was determined to do this, and the country understands just how wrong it is. That's why I think you're seeing the 80% polling numbers that show something has to be done. And what I think has to be done is if he's not going to pass the bill, if he's not going to pass our bill, then he should do that once. We should do that one sentence and put it on legislation.
Will Mayorkas be impeached?
I think we're always driven by the facts and the evidence. I think the facts and the evidence are pretty darn compelling for him. I also think the evidence is compelling for Joe Biden. That's why we've actually entered an impeachment inquiry phase, took a vote on impeachment inquiry, and are moving forward with the witnesses, the final witnesses we need to depose before we make a determination. Right. But I think the facts and the evidence are already compelling for both individuals.
Jim Jordan, thank you so much as always. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.